everybody, this is Trevor Truck ASMR. I'm playing American Truck Simulator. And today I just feel like having a good old-fashioned discussion. Although it's not much of a discussion if I'm the only one talking, but that's how it is with these videos, and it's fine. Anyway, this video is here for your relaxation. That is the purpose. So, I may not have much to say, but I do hope that at the very least you feel relaxed in this video. Now, one thing that I want to mention is I am not playing this game with my Logitech wheel right now, and there is a reason for that. Earlier in the summer, I got a new desk, and I was ready for the upgrade, but the only downside is that this new desk does not work with the wheel. And I don't know how else to say it, but my new desk, which is really nice, and I love it, it's too thick, so I can't attach the wheel to it. So I'm kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place, if you know what I mean. Like, what do I do? Well, there actually is a solution to this problem. I'm just never gonna play Truck Simulator again. Problem solved, right? Except I'm just joking, okay? I have to keep playing these games, not only because I love truck simulators, but also because it's kind of on brand, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. So the reason why I'm playing with mouse and keyboard is because right now it's my only option. But I'm gonna buy some type of, I don't even know what you call it, but some type of stand where I can attach the wheel. And that should take care of this issue. So, fear not. Even as I wait for a solution, I will still be able to play this game. I'm just gonna have to play it in the old-fashioned way, with mouse and keyboard. And it's not that there's anything wrong with mouse and keyboard per se, but it's not, for me, having played with the wheel, it's really hard to go back. That's what I tell everyone. Once you use any type of driving wheel, it's hard to go back to mouse and keyboard. Also, I cannot execute turns with as much accuracy. So what I'm gonna do is a very complicated procedure. It's called the K-turn of desperation. And not many truckers are capable. Can I just restart the video? This is also another reason why the wheel is perfect because I just, no matter what I do, cannot get used to the turn-in on this game when I'm using the keyboard. Alright. Now, I'll tell you what'll be interesting is backing up into a trailer. That will be very interesting. I can do it though. Trust me on this. I'm good at video games, or so I've been told. No one has ever told me that, okay? No one. That's such a weird compliment, and it's also a little bit backhanded. Alright, everyone. It's early in the morning, by the way, so excuse me one moment. I have to have a sip of coffee. That's better. Oh, that's so good. It's the cheap brand of coffee, but I don't care. If it's warm, actually no. If it's hot, not warm. If it's hot, if it's just a black color and tastes like some type of bean, preferably a coffee bean, I will drink it, okay? I will drink it. Maybe it's the placebo effect, but I can't do much without my coffee in the morning, okay? That's just how I am. By the way, for those who are curious, this is San Francisco. This is actually where my home garage is. And I think it's a beautiful city. I used to play this game on the Nintendo 64 called Rush. I don't know if any of my viewers remember that game at all, but I remember it well. Maybe one day I'll be able to play it on this channel. We'll see. But this is a game where you drive in this really fast car. And San Francisco was basically where this game is based, so you drive through a lot of these coastal California cities, and it was like an action racing game. I would play it with my brother all the time. I ought to fire up the old N64, play it again just for old time's sake. But it had the best music. It had the best crash animations. Like literally, you drive into a wall at the wrong speed and your car just instantly explodes. It was perfect. Very simple. A game that really cuts to the chase, but I really enjoyed it. I mean, honestly, I could go on and on about old games like that one. But anyway, I am curious to know what you all think about those older games, because I'm not sure, YouTube gives me some information about things like demographics, but I don't know how accurate those analyses are, But for those who were kind of born in the late 2000s, you might not have any memory of the N64. Oh, there it is, everyone, the Golden Gate Bridge. It's so cool. I want to see that in real life. What are you talking about, Trevor Truck? This is real life. Nah. Anyway, for people who are younger and don't remember the N64, or maybe you started with an Xbox 360 or something like that, the N64 was just one of my favorite systems. It still holds up. I mean, obviously the graphics are, not what you're gonna find in a PS5 or whatever, but bear with me because, the graphics aren't everything. It's the gameplay that matters. It's the fun. It's the memories you make with these games that matters the most. It sounds really cheesy, but I'm trying to be positive, Anyway, we are now going through a tunnel. So, everybody, let's just enjoy the sounds. You can maybe, I don't know if the volume is loud enough, but you could probably pick up a little bit of reverb from that tunnel. I like this truck's trailer that's in front of us. Faraday Energy. Now that right there is pretty clever. I want to get that trailer. I want to deliver for Faraday Energy. I truly do. Funny story. I actually tried to write a story once where, the job was remote trucking. So basically, these people would control trucks from an office cubicle. And, they'd gather in the building. And, am I supposed to turn here? Gosh, I hope I'm right. Yes, okay. Sorry about that interruption. It's just sometimes me and the GPS don't get along very well. Anyway, the premise of the story was, it's the future, and in this world, humans don't drive trucks the way we would imagine them to. Instead, they sit behind a computer screen, and they control them, very similar to a truck simulator, except it's real life, with real life consequences, It's like controlling a drone remotely, except with trucks. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting idea. But what happens when the AI of one of the trucks kind of goes rogue, kind of goes crazy? And I don't know, I thought the story would be like a thriller type thing, like, oh no, there's a runaway truck. Or what if somebody with bad intentions controls one of the trucks? It's just an interesting thought. But the problem is, when I think of stories to write, some story ideas make it. And some story ideas get flushed down the toilet because I lose interest or I lose patience with myself. Of course, some ideas stick. But, it would have been interesting to see that story come to fruition. And I know I am probably not the first person to have ever thought of, this idea where we live in a future where humans don't drive trucks behind the wheel. Instead, they drive trucks remotely to deliver goods. I would have loved to take that idea and run with it, but there's always constraints of time and energy and motivation. how do you stay motivated to do something? What's the secret? I could be very vague and just say persistence, but in all honesty, I don't think there's a secret. I think motivation is a feeling, and it comes and goes. And if you always had to depend on motivation to get things done, then you probably wouldn't get a lot done, in all honesty. Because I don't know about you guys watching this video, but for me, motivation is more like I have to work for it, you know? I kind of have to toil before I feel like pumped and energized to do something. But this is all just my opinion. Maybe you feel differently on the matter. I mean, right now, what I'm doing, recording this ASMR, yes, I do feel motivated right now, but that's because I recorded one video before this, you know? So the energy kind of builds. But I'm not pretending to be like a motivational expert, you know? I'm not standing before a podium, you know, delivering a speech. This is just rambling thoughts, and frankly, I kind of hope that you're not paying attention to the content. I kind of hope that you're already asleep, because that's the point. You know, provided, of course, that it's safe to fall asleep. I do not recommend listening to ASMR when you're behind the wheel. Oh, I know it might be tempting to do that, but it's not safe. You don't want to fall asleep while you're on the road. It's okay here because it's just a video game, you know. Oh, it looks like I'm gonna have to take a detour. Ooh, gosh, do you see that? Wow. Wow. That was a bad crash. Makes me feel like my earlier predicament was a cakewalk compared to that. Anyway, what do y'all think? This is pretty pleasant, isn't it? I don't quite remember where I'm supposed to be going, but you know, that's why I have a GPS. I'm also speeding. Like, if the cops were around, I would surely get a ticket, but truth be told, I turned off the police aspect of this game because some violations I don't agree with. Or like, there were times where like, I got a ticket even though it seemed like I was within the law, you know? So I turned it off. It's just less headache. But yeah, when I'm playing with keyboard and mouse, I tend to speed, it looks like. And that's because, well, I don't know. It's just a completely different experience. I'm not saying it's bad. I mean, if I had no wheel, I could still record. I could still enjoy the game. But it's just, I don't know, in my opinion. I've tried the wheel, and there's no going back. So I'm gonna figure out a solution. Okay, I'm gonna figure this out. Alright, everyone. Before I end this video, I am gonna stop talking. And I'm just gonna let it be pure truck sounds, okay? I don't know if you all like that or not, but I'm gonna let the video end, and hopefully it eases you into relaxation. So, that's all for me for now. I hope you've enjoyed this experience, and I'll see you in another video. Goodbye.